Hello and welcome everyone to episode number 3 of our Dark Souls 2 playthrough. I think in today's episode we are going to be heading to right back to the Cardinal Tower to take on a little bit of unfinished business. And I think after that we'll try and tackle No Man's Wharf. So, heading down this ladder, we're going to have two enemies that are going to fall behind us, one against the wall and one halberd soldier. So I assume they wouldn't be following me, but it'll go a little bit differently. But these two winged spear wielders, maybe pike, I'm not sure which one they're wielding. I think it's the winged spear actually. But they're really annoying due to the fact that they can attack from behind their shield and they can pull their shield up really fast, so something to be aware of. But yeah, that halberd soldier followed from all the way back at the ladder, so not someone you want to rule out. And it's not a good place to be between between the spear knights and the halberd knights. So up this ladder is another halberd and spear knight, soldier, whatever. See, he didn't even have his shield up, but it still gave him a damage reduction. So I don't know, really annoying. But yeah, if you haven't figured it out yet, we're gonna take down the pursuer, or try to at least, and see how it goes. He can fly. Why does he need a bird if he can fly? That's kind of weird. Anyway, so this is the pursuer. He is a fairly quick boss, and he has a lot of combos that he will try to unleash on your character. But a lot of his attacks you can avoid by strafing forward and to the right. Most of his attacks, not all of them. If you have enough iframes, you can dodge most of them fairly easily. Like that shield attack, you can dodge roll through it, just as I did that slash. But it's really, my adaptability wasn't as high as I'd hoped, and so my iframes weren't very. Yeah, I just get hit a lot. But there's, I guess, two ways you can, well, three really. You can fight him head on like this, just straight melee it like I'm doing. You can parry most of his attacks. You can parry, so once you parry him, you can run around. After, you need to position him in front of the ballistas, and then try and parry him, and then run around behind the ballistas and knock him down, because I think with no summons, the ballista depletes 99% of his health. I think. I'm not certain on that. But, or you can summon one other person or two, whichever your preference, and have them keep his attention, and you or the other person go behind the ballista. The only downfall to that is you have to be careful, because you can shoot the other player or they can shoot you, and that's usually instant death. So yeah, that's something you really got to be aware of. Take it in the face. But yeah, he's really not, I mean, necessarily a difficult boss. He's just probably going to be the first really aggressive, really fast boss that you'll come across in the game. So, yeah, the trick is to just stay forward to the right and manage your stamina. A really interesting thing, he carries all those weapons on his back. It looks like he has a battle axe, several spears, some swords. Yeah, interesting. Interesting thing to note. He carries all those. But yeah, as you can see, he can destroy the ballistas, so you gotta be really careful if you're trying to defeat him in that manner. But he got us the first time. But through the power of editing, we're gonna be right back at the Fall Gate, and we're gonna take him on again. He also can be poisoned, but this early in the game, it's really not a viable option, I don't suppose, to poison him. I mean, I'm sure there's ways you could, but it takes the Pyromancy poison mist. It takes two hits of that to cause poison, and then other than that, I'm not really sure about poison throwing knives or anything else to cause poison. So, but once you if you die like I did when you come back, he'll have to spawn back in by animating from the ground, I suppose. I don't know where he comes from, but yeah, that gives you a chance to stick some poison on him. So if that's the way you want to go about it, then there's a good opportunity for it. But I was trying to figure out when my iframes were, because I kept rolling through that shield attack and I just couldn't find it, and I started getting really irritated about it. So I'll probably end up having to level up my adaptabilities, because those iframes were really pissing me off because I kept getting hit by that shield attack. Yeah, as I said, this isn't the first time you'll encounter the pursuer, so, and later on it's not really as bad as the first time, I don't suppose. And you're able to use his soul and get his shield and his sword, one or the other. No, I don't know that you can get them both. You have to choose one, I believe. But the sword is kind of anticlimactic. It doesn't have a very interesting moveset, just a normal greatsword moveset. And the shield is actually got really good defense, so, but it's really heavy. So that's kind of a personal preference type thing. Forward to the right. Ugh. That blue thrust attack it will cause curse, and once you are cursed by it, he has a ranged set of moves that, yeah, you don't really want to mess with. It's almost like homing soul mass. But we got him the second time, so. And we also get the Ring of Blades, which is a really interesting ring to have, but I forget all about it for a while, so we'll take a look at it a little bit later. But if we go right down here, we're going to get a little bit of equipment that I'm going to use for a little while, which is the Drangleic set, excluding the helm. The Drangleic sword, which has 186 base but requires 25 strength, 20 dex, which is pretty high in my opinion for a great sword. And as you can see, I definitely do not have those stats, but I have 99,000 souls, so might be able to get my stats up a little bit to be able to use it, because the shield actually is the first 100% block shield this far into the game. So I'm going to use it, but it takes 16 strength to wield just the shield, so definitely going to have to do that. But I will be taking my character more towards... That's weird. I've been noticing fallen enemies doing that on Xbox and PS3, so it's kind of weird. They stick their head through the wall. But anyway, back on topic. Yeah, I'll be leveling up my faith here pretty soon, because I'm kind of getting all my other stats where I'll be comfortable with them, and then I'll start leveling up faith, because I don't want to not know how to play, because I've never done a faith character, especially on Dark Souls 2. So that's the bird that was carrying the pursuer around the Forest of Fallen Giants, and now it's taking us to wherever it's taking us. That's kind of interesting. And here we are at the Lost Bastille. This is one of 2 ways that you can get here. We're actually going to find the second one fairly soon after this, so we're just going to go and level up a little bit. Let's see, do I have any souls? I definitely do. Soul of the Pursuer, go ahead and use it, because I'm not going to worry about getting any boss weapons, especially not this early in the game. I might get some in the in-game area, but then again, I may not. I'm not really certain about that. Seek the king, that is the only way. Let the science swallow you whole. Whatever. All she does is say the same thing. So we're going to go ahead and get strength to 20, dex to 20, vigor to 20, and 5 more for strength. Now I can use the Drangleic sword and the shield, but they are rather heavy, which is something to note. The Drangleic set is really, really good defense, but it is really, really heavy. So yeah, you see I'm already at 82%, so I'm going to have to bail off on my Elite Knight armor. Probably go back to the Falconer. Yep, Falconer, and then go to Imported. Now I want to keep that helm, because that's just my favorite helm in the game. So now I'm at 69.6. I can fast roll, and I can head on over to No Man's Wharf. Dum, 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 dum. Down this stairway, round and round. What comes around goes around. Monastery charm. Not really anything useful. Actually, I think a monastery charm cures poison and restores HP, so kind of useful. Ah, that shouldn't have hit me. But yeah, the Drangleic sword, I really like its one-handed moveset, because it's what I used. I took it to +5 on my first playthrough and really enjoyed its moveset, or really got used to it. So for now, it's going to be the weapon that carries me for a little while, until I can decide on what faith weapon that I want to go with. This guy was guarding some items down here, some soul items mostly. In the human effigy, there's a soul item, and the old knight halberd. So the old knight stuff, I really don't know anything about, because I haven't used any of it. But apparently, if you use it and the durability goes out, there's a chance of it exploding. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure about that. I don't really know. So I haven't used it. I may have to do some more experimenting on it. But here we are dealing with some more of these old knights that are really not too tough. Back down this way, there's nothing. So I just went down there to show that there was nothing back there. The knot set is around here somewhere. Hopefully I find it. But the only thing about these guys being here in the I guess sewers, I don't know what this place would be titled, but there's really not a lot of room to move with the hallways being so narrow and them being so large. But other than that, they're not really that tough. So elevator down, take the elevator. And now we have the little bit of water on the floor to deal with, which is kind of interesting. I'll talk about why it's interesting as we progress. Now this is something 140, 395. Remember those numbers, 140, 395. And then 200, 506. I'm not sure if it was the spacing on those attacks, because I'm pretty sure the direct hit system is intact in Dark Souls 2, but also the spacing on those attacks, I don't know if that's what caused the difference in attack power, so I don't know. But yeah, I pick up the Knight set. Pretty good set. It and the Elite Knight set are almost the same, aside from I believe the Elite Knight set offers more defense and weighs more, and the Knight set offers more poise and weighs less. I may have that backwards, I'm not entirely sure, so I haven't looked into it all that much. But that area is interesting because there's that water, and then you come up on into this cave, and there's no water in here. So how the water got into that, I don't understand.
Things are better that way. You are an odd one. Normally, people keep a safe distance when they see this mask. You. I'm called Lucatiel. From the land of Mira to the far east, across the mountains. They say Drang Lake brims with powerful souls. And so I came to claim my share. But what a strange place. Even the rumors did not prepare me. You are an odd one indeed. I've always made a point of avoiding people, while you've made a point of engaging me. I can see that you are mid-journey. If you require assistance, I will help you. I come from Mira, a land of knights. My sword is always ready. Don't hesitate to call upon me. Whatever happens, I won't be missed.
And there's our first meeting of Lucatiel of Mira. So we're actually not going to go back to Majula this time. We're going to head right on into the next area, which will be No Man's Wharf. This area is really interesting because it's actually, to me, it feels like one of the lengthier areas in the game, because it's really densely populated with enemies, and at the same time there's no bonfires. There's the first bonfire that we were just at, and then that's it. So getting through it can be kind of tough, but then again, if you know where you're going, it's not so bad. But it is a good idea to have a repair powder, because all the enemies and such, yeah, you can wear down the durability on your weapon really quickly, so that's something to be aware of. And as you can see, this guy, he's throwing oil, and then the archer's shooting fire arrows at you, so put two and two together, not a good combo. Varangian armor. Direct hit. Dun, dun. There's a couple torches which are going to be kind of useful, but I don't really care to use them. This spot right here is a triple pull. Anytime you can try and pull just one of these guys at a time, and it's going to pull all three of them every time. So that's something you got to be aware of. This guy is just being, his AI is kind of offbeat right now, so we'll just help him out with that. And here you can see the Darkstalker. They won't come into the light because they really don't care for the light, so that gives you a chance to capitalize. But after so long, they will get hostile. They'll go kind of crazy, Insanium in the cranium, and come at you even if you have the torch. So and we're gonna run in here and get some dark pine resins. Those will be kind of helpful. Dun, dun. Up here and to the left is probably, I don't know that it's the best route, but it's the route I always take, because then you can deal with the enemies on your one at a time, at your pleasure, leisure, whatever. And here we get our first ring of life protection. Kind of helpful. See, there's a guy in that doorway over there, and there's a guy right there. So what we're gonna do is pull this one. Kill him. Kill him. Ooh, almost got hit that time. The dogs in this game really are not as annoying as they were in Dark Souls 1. So, but he's still throwing the oil urns at us, whatever. And that oil, it like spills, it bursts on, breaks apart and covers you in oil, and it lingers for quite a while. So you got to really be careful when lighting torches, because that'll happen, and it hurts. So up here is a lot of the Darkstalkers. There's actually 5 of them. But they're not ridiculously dangerous. They do cause bleeding, which is very, very dangerous because of the hit of, on your stamina that it does. So, and here we get emit force, which is going to become very useful later on in the playthrough. Dun, dun. Through this door, you really don't want to go through the door. You just kind of want to wait it out because of these guys. There's 2 there and 2 more upstairs, and yeah, you can see he kind of got a little crazy, and now he's coming after us. And they got quite a bit of range. And I seen that there was 2 of them. I was already bleeding. I didn't want to chance it, because I've already died once in this video, and I try and limit myself to 1 death per video. So we're gonna run down here and grab a quick heal, light up the torch. And go back after them. And it's really, this guy and his bleeding. It's really not a good idea to sprint up on enemies like that and try and unleash a combo on them, because more times than not you're going to deplete all your stamina sprinting up on them. So just something you gotta watch out for. Because I do it all the time. I sprint up on an enemy and only get one attack out, and then they're able to poise through it or something, and yeah, then I won't have enough stamina to even roll away. Boom, 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 boom. But up here, there's 2 more. So they really put a lot of enemies in this area, and so if you don't know where they are, you've really got to watch. Go ahead and pull these 2 back over here, and see, they don't even get into the light, but they still are pushed away from. I don't know. That's kind of interesting. But this guy makes a mistake and separates from the other, and now there's only 1 left. And then there were none. I'm actually commentating this video, and this is episode 3. I've recorded up to episode 6, I believe. So I'm kind of getting behind on the commentary, but I'll probably not record again until I'm caught up. And then once I do record again, I'll probably do live comm and just go with it like that, so the wait time won't be as long. Here we get the Great Sword, which is a really strong sword. Put your shield up. But yeah, the Great Sword is a really powerful weapon, so at +10 it does 400 base damage without scaling. And I'll probably speed this part up because I just sell him most of my useless items. And I don't buy anything, I don't think. No, I buy poison resin, actually. And maybe some poison moss. But other than that, he doesn't have anything I want. He has the Ring of Giants, which increases poise, but I don't have any need for that, so. And I noticed while doing that I haven't put on the Ring of Blades, which increases your physical attack damage. So I went ahead and put that on because I forgot to. There's actually a torch on that wall over there. I didn't notice that until just now. Huh. That's interesting. But there's a shortcut. Or, well, we're coming up on a shortcut, actually. I don't think that was it exactly. A couple of these guys. And out here, do not forget this lever, because I always forget this lever. So there's actually this thing, I haven't done it myself, and I've only watched about 30 seconds of it, but there's a giant, like, chandelier hanging. You can see it, or kind of seen it there, but you can set it on fire and it'll bring the ship in. So I'm actually going to skip that room that I just come out of. I'm going to skip it because it has 2 Darkstalkers and nothing that I need in there. Actually, I think there might have been a secret. No, there wasn't a secret door in there. So just 2 Darkstalkers and 10 fire arrows, which I don't really care for. So this area does have a lot of hidden doors, or illusionary walls, whatever you want to call them. So it doesn't hurt to walk around spamming the A or X button trying to find them. Large Tie-Knot Shard. I actually missed 1 or 2 treasure in this go through here, so, but it's not really the important treasure that I missed, so not a huge deal. Here is the shortcut that I was referring to before. I'm going to go ahead and summon Lucatiel. I'm going to try and get Lucatiel set since she's been buffed. I missed, in my first playthrough, I missed out on it because Lucatiel sucked and was useless. So I'm going to try and keep her alive for all the fights that she's available for in this one. And he's gonna heal, and I'm gonna thrust. That's why I like the Dragonlance Sword's attacks moveset, because that thrust, I really like that thrust. Here I'm going to get this Estus Flash Shard. I'm gonna use this not Estus Flask, this Fire Bomb to destroy these. Pick up these throwing knives, and behind here is a Crystal Lizard. Gotcha. And also, this is a really important ring. As of right now, it's a really important ring, but later on it'll become less important. Royal Soldier's Ring. This ring increases your carry weight. So I went from carrying 69.6 to carrying 63. And now I can wear the knight armor. Get a little more defense going, or poise I should say. Get a couple soul items, and we're going to head right on down and get on the ship. But down here there's two. You can see one, but there's two. These guys really get on my nerves. Lucatiel just eating it. But yeah, you can see one of them, but there's two. Kind of a little, I guess, trap. I don't know. And Lucatiel walks right up on this guy over here and doesn't attack him, so whatever, Luca. Whatever. There's an NPC across there. You can see him there for a second, but he only speaks to you if you have 8 intelligence, and I have 3, so my player character is stupid, and I don't have care to get intelligence, because sorcerer builds are really difficult for me to do. But hopefully I'll be able to mix up or blend the faith and strengths together and use them wisely, because I like having the melee, but I really think the faith build will be really fun once I get it started and start making it a legitimate faith build. On this ship there is a ambush of sorts. Once you come on, these two swordsmen come out from the hull, I suppose, from below deck, and then you have the 2 archers. So that's why I ran left and put the masthead between myself and that other archer, so I could take out the second archer. Big complicated thought process. But anyway, this I noticed while I was playing, I'd noted that I needed to use a repair powder, and I just didn't, because I forgot. By the time I got to the fog door, I'd completely forgot to use it. So I was checking here to see if I could wear any other leggings, and I cannot at the moment. So whoa. Oh, I just went full knight set. That's cool, except for the manchette. But I also put on a dark pine resin for this boss fight, but really it's not needed. This boss is really simple. Okay, I say this boss is really simple, but the boss is a lot easier so long as you're fighting these the club side, because that scimitar wielding side is really aggressive and attacks really fast, so you got to be really careful about that. But the club side, he's not a threat. He's not a threat, my lord. So you just gotta bait his attack and then get in there to deal some damage, and just like that, he's done for. Thank you, Lucatiel, for not dying. Wait for the fog gate to go away. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Up the ladder, and up here will be the we will get our first Pyromancy Flame, which is was really overpowered, and then they patched it, and now it is not it's not really overpowered anymore, but you know, still a viable offensive option. So cool that they put your character in the cutscenes. I wonder where this ship will take us. Where are we? Island surrounded by water. It seems like I've been here before. Get on the elevator, and we're gonna pass right by an item. I'm not sure if I show it. No, I don't think I do. But yeah, I passed by an item. I think it's a repair powder, but I don't really want it, so. And by changing rings, I can carry the armor I want to carry. So in here, there's nothing in this room. There's nothing in the cells. Actually, I go in here. There's not anything. So proceeding forward, this is the second way to get to the Lost Bastille, and this is probably going to be the way we proceed through, or proceed from. But first, I think we actually are going to jump back to Majula, spend our 19,000 souls, because I don't like to carry around a lot of souls,
to see
because I
light,
die.
however
So, to see hope. Upgrade on this is Flash Sword. If she hadn't have said that, I probably would have forgotten, honestly. So, thank you, Emerald Herald. Go ahead and level up. I think I get 2. And I'm putting them on just like that'll be fine with me. Oh, I got 3. That's nice. Okay, cool. And I'm pretty sure that's gonna be, oh, nope, I forgot my souls. But they don't really give me much, so. But I'm gonna try and get these, I got several videos recorded. I really need to commentate them, so I'm going to try and do that and get them uploaded as soon as possible. But in the meantime, I hope you guys are enjoying. And I have that subscriber short series, kind of a series, but those are really easy and they're really fun to do, so I'll keep doing those whenever I can.
Seek the king, lest this.
But yeah, so I actually take I take vitality here just to get my carry weight up a little bit. I think that's as high as I'm going to take my vitality for this playthrough, or for this character, because this is probably going to be, I can pretty much wear whatever armor I want now, mixed and matched. But I think that's going to be it, guys. So until next time, I will see you guys later.